说它是一个它是一个体系，就是它是讲求训练方式，然后也会去吸收别人的长处，去改变自己的弱项这样子。对，
那你现在学的格斗，它有带护具之类的吗？
有我们有护具，对，练习都
那
带护具。对，
不要受伤，不值得。
没有，我昨天才 O 青而已，小腿对。
Okay, and we have our first speaker and we have our first evaluator. 诶，Shirley 刚刚有上来，
有
有，他刚好上来。And then we have timer, not yet. Our counter, yes. 诶，天呐 did you have the gavel with you?
Ah, yes, yes. Oh, wait a minute. I have to open the R counter script. Okay. Yeah, Kirby showed me where it is.
Yeah, you might want to use a file or a book, something like this. Yeah,
Like hit the
yeah.
screen. Hit.
Because you're using virtual background, so we cannot
Oh,
see the
yeah.
gavel really. Yeah, so you
Oh,
have to sort of use something to uh, sort of cheat the
how about this?
webcam. Yeah, that should work. Yeah,
Mm, mm, maybe
or like this.
mm, this.
No, we
Um,
cannot see it.
a little bit weird.
Yeah, it's got all the
嗯
artifacts.
嗯
有点难诶。
你有没有 file 夹那种？对啊，
我看一
这样就
下哦，
可以，就可以
等一下。
骗那个镜头。And that way we can sort of cheat the webcam，
那种，可是还是没有，
把它挡在
没有，
后面，挡在后面这样就可以。
好讨厌。
不然用手呢？用手，
用手，
对啊，
用手，
用手掌。
好像可以耶，这样好了。
对对对对，可以耶呀
好，OK，没问题。
呀，还有真实感。
好，OK。
OK，Hello Raquel。
嗯
Hello.
Hello. Wow, your
嗨，
microphone look very professional.
Yes,
Do
sometimes I
you get it
will
like for work?
pattern.
The microphone you're using, is it for workplace or you
Um,
have online meetings a lot?
yes, because sometimes I will record some meditation 指导语，一些冥想的指导语。I will use this. 嗯
哦，OK，哦，看起来就很专业。Hello Leo，好久不见哦。
哎
哎，你去玩回来对不对？
哦，我没有玩呢，我在台风天中度过，
你们去哪里？
去台南。
从台北到台南吗？
我从高雄，家人从
哦，OK，
台北。
好好好好，所以在
哎，我
风雨中度过。
在饭店度过。哎
Well, did you
哎
use some of the facilities there? 啊，怎么样？
今天要帮 Julia 计时吗？
要啊，要啊。哎，我没有给你吗？Just a minute. Okay. Right. Okay. 30, 40, 45.
OK，
30, 40, 45. Bill is an evaluator tonight, right? So where is it?
也没有进度。
有回音，有回音，有回音，有回音，有回音。
OK，等一下。
OK。
Should we start the meeting?
We'll have to see if at least those who are involved, who have duty, are here. Okay, so we have speaker Kirby here. What about Danny?
He's here.
Okay, Danny's here. Okay, we have our first evaluator, Shirley. Yes, and we have our second evaluator, Bill, on his way. Oh, he's here. Only that he hasn't started his video cam yet. And we have our timer, Leo, and our counter is our president, and our special guest, Julia Yip. She has arrived like
Hello.
7 p.m. Hello. Okay, and so I think we may start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to give you a briefing about the Zoom settings. First, please turn on your video but mute yourself. Please remain muted throughout the meeting unless you are invited by a host to speak. When it's your role to speak, remember to unmute yourself. Second, there are several hand gestures we can use during the meeting. When you want to clap, do this or this. When you can hear the speaker, do this. When you understand what a speaker said, do this or this. Our timer today is Leo. As a timer, you can change your virtual background to different colors according to time rules. Please don't turn off your video and raise virtual hands throughout the meeting so that speakers can easily find you on the top left of the screen. Next, if you want to send a message during the meeting, please click on the chat button at the bottom of your screen to open the chat window. You can send a message to either everyone or to individual. Avoid sending messages publicly when a speaker is delivering his or her speech, because both the speaker and the audience will get distracted. Also, if you wish to speak or raise a question during the meeting, you can raise your virtual hand. Remember to click lower hand after you have voiced your opinion. Last but not least, whenever you need to leave your seat, please turn off your video and microphone. I hope this briefing can make you familiar with the Zoom settings. Now we will start today's meeting. Let's welcome our president, Tiana.
Hi. Welcome, my fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. As a president of the NKNU Toastmasters Club, I hereby declare meeting number 181 comes to order. Yeah. And 4 of our officers attended a training meeting in Tainan 2 weeks ago. And we have learned a lot from the speakers that day and had a wonderful time. And recently, I was thinking that how to have a special opening in Toastmasters Club. And one day, when my Japanese teacher used the who is opening, who is not muting, in Toastmaster Club, and one day when my Japanese teacher used a board game to practice Japanese translation and conversation with me, I found it very interesting. So that lesson inspired me to use the board game to have the opening. So this board game is called Cha-Cha Cards, and there are lots of useful questions while chatting inside. So I would like to ask if there is any volunteers who want to try the question. Any volunteers? Okay, Jing is not muting. Maybe Jing is perfect.
I'm not muted because I don't want to look clumsy with the manipulating the technical
Okay.
stuff. Okay, yeah.
Okay, you can choose from 1 to 5. Choose a number.
5.
5, okay.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what is the worst tasting food you've ever eaten? What is the worst tasting food you've ever eaten?
I'm Cantonese, half Cantonese, so I essentially eat everything. But there is one drink I especially do not enjoy. That is dou nai.
Soy milk?
Not soy milk, but it's like me dou lai. It's like in Hong Kong where they have wei tang nai. I sort of don't like the taste of the soy juice. I think okay, it's more like soy. It's not pure soy milk. Okay, so I especially do not like the taste. I find it disgusting. Yeah, and it's not like milk. It's not like soy sauce or not no sauce. Sorry, soy milk. So this is one drink that I do not enjoy. But otherwise, yesterday I went out with my college classmates for a very late dinner, and it was the first time I tried some. I think it's pig testes. It's actually quite juicy. Okay, yeah, but yeah, it's quite juicy. Yeah, so essentially I eat everything I can get.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thanks for sharing the Cantonese soy milk. Okay, so and back to the meeting tonight. We are honored to have Julia Ip, is that right? Julia Ip at our meeting and conduct a workshop session about art promotion and local culture preservation in Hong Kong. And Julia is a product manager and designer who wants to design systems and services that are more suitable and human-centered in order to help communities effectively achieve social change. And I'm really looking forward to her workshop today. Actually, I have followed some bloggers who share information about discount airline tickets online. And yesterday, I saw a post say that if we go from Kaohsiung to Hong Kong, if we go there, there's a discount tickets that the rebound tickets is round trip tickets is only 5,000 NT dollars per person, including tax. So at that moment, I really want to go. But I have already planned to go to other places in October. So there's probably no extra money for me to splash out. So before we start our meeting, I would like to introduce Toastmasters of the evening, Jing Cho. Jing is a teacher with a lot of passion for teaching with diversified methods, and her expertise is in TESOL and English for medical purposes. She said that she has no talent in painting, but she loves photography and scrapbooking. I was a student in her class before, and she encouraged us to successfully create our first children picture book. So let's give a warm round of applause to Jane Cho.
Okay, thank you very much, President. Welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. As the Toastmaster of the evening, I will briefly introduce the proceedings of our meeting. Usually in a Toastmaster meeting, we have 3 sections. The first one is a manual speech session. So speakers will deliver their prepared speeches according to specific request of a speech project. The second one would be the table topic session. In table topic session, usually we practice our impromptu speaking skills. And thirdly, we have an evaluation session. So during an evaluation session, senior Toastmasters will provide positive and constructive feedback to the manual speech speakers. Tonight, we are very lucky because during summer vacation, NTNU students and members are all over the country, maybe even other countries. So tonight we are very lucky to have online meeting, and we can invite Julia Yip, lecturer at University of Hong Kong and the founder and executive director of Project Artist X. She is actually residing in Canada right now, so it's like 7 in the morning in her time zone. Okay, so we look forward to her workshop. All right, so now we'll start our manual speech session. Before we start, I'd like to invite the timer to explain the timing rules.
Okay, wait a second. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. One of the skills we learn in Toastmaster is how to deliver a speech within a specific time. As timer, I'm responsible for keeping track of your time. At the end of the last session, I will report if any speaker are disqualified by being over time. Any speaker over time is disqualified for being voted as best speaker. And we have 2 speakers tonight. Both of them will be delivering L1P4 second speech. And the L1P4 speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The green card is raised at 5 minutes. The yellow card is raised at 6 minutes. And the red card is raised at 7 minutes. Each speaker has a 30-second allowance. Back to Jing.
Okay. And next, let's invite our art counter to explain her role, Tiana.
Hi, it's me again, Toastmasters of the evening, fellow members, friends, and guests. I'm pleased to be the art counter of tonight's meeting. The art counter counts the number of unnecessary sound or repetitive words that are used as a verbal pauses by anyone who speaks during the meeting. We call this us. These are words and sounds such as and, and so on. I will also note when the speakers repeat words such as I, and, I mean. The purpose of our counter is to improve the flow and the effectiveness of our speeches. At the end of the meeting, I will make a report on the number of us said by each speaker. From this semester, each hour counted will cost $5 to a maximum of 25 NT dollars. But icebreakers and guests do not need to pay. Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Tiana. And now we will go into our first speech. Our first manual speaker tonight is Kirby. Kirby is our Vice President of Membership. He's a very straightforward and energetic young man going to do his senior years. At NKNU Toastmaster, he's an English major, but he has a passion for business. So I know that he is still going to intensive courses related to finance and business so that he can get into graduate school. All right. Kirby is doing his level 1 project 4 evaluation and feedback project. His speech title is Hi-Fi, The Road to Peacefulness. All right, Sonic Serenity, High Fidelity Resilience by Kirby. All right, so I'd like to invite Kirby's speech evaluator, Shirley Chen, then to explain the speech objectives.
I'm Shirley Zhang. Can you hear me? Okay.
I'm very nervous, sorry.
The purpose of this project is for the member. It's okay. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Shirley. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Kirby Liu.
Okay, test. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters, have you ever signed a form called How Do You Deal with Your Negative Emotions? Well, back in my school days, our school always asked us to tick on the ways we used to deal with our negative emotions. And my first choice has always been music. In high school, the pressure of studying goes higher and higher each year. As the number of floors go up, the studying pressure enlarges as well. Under the pressure of studying, music has been my best companion during my lonely times in libraries, study rooms, and at home. But a slight realization occurred during my listening. My headphone quality is not good enough. To seek for better music quality, I went to the most famous hi-fi headphone shop in Taipei. What does hi-fi mean? Hi-fi means high fidelity. So to describe something is at its most clear and original state. Hi-fi headphones can give its user an experience as if the singer is singing right in front of the listener. But for those who know electronics, hi-fi is very expensive. You get what you pay for is the idiom for the hi-fi community. At first, I was just buying a single pair of headphones. Then, a month later, I have 10. A year has passed, I have 15 headphones and a bunch of audio files. Thousands and tens of thousands of money were spent in this mania of hi-fi. And at this point, my attention has been dragged into the hi-fi world more than ever. Whenever I put on my headphone, a magical atmosphere appears around me, and that is serenity. Hi-fi music has been my best companion through my college life, and has been my best companion during my college entry exam and my first starting month of college. Under the foamed ear cups, I can have a nice afternoon with myself, all alone. The vacuum created by music has pulled me from the reality that I am almost broke. But life is hard, but it is not worth for just only music. So I sold all my headphones and released myself back to the real world in order to save myself from being bankrupt. But during this process of starting all my headphones, I realized that my path and journey in hi-fi has brought me a few high fidelity insights. First, music can give me peace on its own. When I am under pressure, my ear will just ring on the soft music, and I will be seized by my imagined music and release all my anxiety and stress. And second, my purchase in hi-fi has brought out my potential in bargaining. I was able to buy a product and chat with the vendor as if we were friends for such a long time. And that gives me the opportunity to stand on a more proactive side and to gain a better deal in shopping. And lastly, I wasted a lot of time and money in upgrading my headphones and equipment or even decks. And that resulted me to look at the way how life should be played, which I should pursue the best, the excellence from the start, from the beginning, not just having some middle products. And these are the lessons I learned from hi-fi music. To gain experience and gaining experience of and like this can be time consuming, but proceeding through these and learn from them can help one to adjust the objective and want to adjust their objectives and paths. Back to Toastmasters. Is the time's up?
Not yet.
Huh?
Almost 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, obviously you are as nervous as I am tonight. I can not imagine what's life like with 15 pairs of maybe more of headphones. So what did you do with it? Maybe you can make another speech to tell us how you sort of manage with all those 15 pairs of headphones or earphones. Okay, or maybe you can share some music with us in the future. Okay, thank you very much, Kirby, for your wonderful talk about your experience in growing up and your intimate relationship with earphones. And our second speech is going to be delivered by Danny Xu. Danny is going to be a sophomore student, like kiddo. Okay. He came to NKNU with a very shy appearance, and when we get to know him, we realize that he is actually a very pleasant and sometimes even playful boy, and he is very, very good at scripting. So tonight, Danny is going to do his level 1 project 4 speech, also evaluation feedback, the second speech, which means he's going to repeat his previous speech and try to improve upon it. His speech title is moving forward. Since the speech objective is the same, so I will skip the evaluator's announcement. Okay, so please join me in welcoming Danny Xu to the screen.
In our lifetime, we might have a moment that we need to say goodbye to someone. Say goodbye to our friends, our partners, and even our beloved family. Meeting someone means that one day they might leave us. Once I had a question. If people we met will finally leave us, then why do we know new people? When I became a student in NKNU, I thought I found the answer. When I was a senior high school student, I had a group of people, good friends. We chatted all the time, even when we're having lunch and even when we're at home. Every time when a big exam was coming, we also gave mental support to each other. Sometimes we might have fun in Jai City. Although it took me a long time to take the bus to Jai City, I'm still willing to have fun with them. That was a good time. During those years, I had a wonderful senior high school life. We also created a lot of memories. One of the memories that I liked a lot was the graduation trip. I still remember that we spent our first day in Yida theme park. When we were on the Ferris wheel, one of my friends was so scared that she didn't dare to move her legs. So we decided to play music and tell some jokes. Watching the whole theme park with the bird eye view, everything seems to slow down. After we went back to wait for our classmates, we started to play games like 狼人杀. It's actually a magic that even though I hadn't won any game, I still laughed a lot. We all laughed a lot. Suddenly, I had a strong feeling that I didn't want to graduate. I wanted to stay with those who I was familiar with. However, just like the graduation trip, we all knew that it would definitely came to the end. In that summer, we still graduated. Um, okay. We on that day, in the graduation ceremony, I didn't feel grieved, and actually, I feel a little happy because I can enjoy my 3 months summer vacation. On that day, we took photos with our teachers and friends, gave our graduation yearbook to ask for a signature, and said goodbye to each other. Looking at the red roses pinned on my friend's left chest, I knew that was a sign of separation. Time flies. I'm here with new classmates, new teachers, and a new environment. I also met a lot of people here in 寒假服务队, one of the events held by students in the Department of English. I also made several friends and created a lot of good memories. I also I appreciate so much to teach English in a junior high school in Pingdong with my partners. In Toastmasters, I also met a lot of good people. They helped me a lot. And standing on this stage, I had learned a lot about giving a speech. This summer, I will become a sophomore, and some of my friends will become juniors and seniors, and some of them will no longer be a student in university. It will take me a long time to get used to farewell. But every time when I recall all the memories with those who are going to leave, I feel that I'm full of energy to step forward. Fellow Toastmasters, saying goodbye can be so hard, but it doesn't mean that our relationship will end here. People you met before will become your lighthouse, your sail, and your guard. They don't disappear in the ocean of memory. Instead, they become the strong current in the ocean that brings you forward. We cannot avoid separation, but every separation means a new start. It could also mean another wonderful period in your life, and most importantly, every separation means a more powerful self. In the end, I wanted to share some lyrics that I liked a lot. Even if one day you suddenly uh, start to miss those limited times, don't stop. Don't look back. Just keep moving forward. Back to Toastmasters. So time. Okay.
Oh wow, this is such a mature speech by such a young person. It resonates strongly with me, especially I had just experienced the passing away of one of my college um, classmates. And also last week, one of my students passed away. Okay, so it is a difficult time every time, no matter how many times you experience it. Saying goodbye is always a difficult thing. So thank you for infuse us with the courage and remind us to always keep moving on. All right, so that ends our manual speech session. We are a little bit late, so nonetheless, we'll still take a 10-minute intermission, and we'll be back at 8:10. Okay, so everybody is welcome to stay online so that we can have some trivial talk. And our guest speaker, Julia Yip, can also get ready. We see the whole SciTech Toastmaster Club with us tonight. Hello. Hello, friends from SciTech. Okay, so we see Deborah, Julia. Deborah is here. Okay, for those of you at NKU, Julia Yip is actually my high school buddy. Senior high school and senior high school, we're in the same class in the 7th grade.
By Charlene.
Hello, welcome, always welcome. And then Deborah, Deborah, where are you?
Here.
Where are you?
Jane,
Yes.
because our tabletop master was absent tonight, so we would like to join the workshop. Is that okay?
Of course.
Thank you
more
so
than welcome.
much. Thank you so much.
Please stay until the end of the workshop. That would be wonderful.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for coming to support us. Okay. And so for Danny, since you mentioned your high school buddy, Julia and Deborah are my high school buddies. But we get even more we get closer together after we come of age, after we become adults, and we come to realize the importance of every opportunity to meet up. But I'm going to miss you tonight, this year, both of you.
Yeah, actually, we haven't seen each other for such a long time. But I just want to say we're high school buddies, but that was like, I don't know,
Stop.
centuries ago.
It's like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, 3 years.
Yeah.
Just like yesterday.
Yes, just like yesterday. But you know what? On next Tuesday evening, I'm going to have dinner with Prince.
Oh, great! It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
And in the morning, I'll have early 饮茶 with Hun Zifen.
Okay.
Because he cannot attend, he had a class in the evening, so he cannot attend the meetup dinner. So he'll come to somewhere near my hotel, and we'll have early dim sum.
That's great.
So Deborah, how are you doing?
Good. So when are you
Deborah.
going to come to Australia to visit me?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I really do. I actually want to go to New Zealand more than Australia. And recently, I just realized that there's no direct flight from Taiwan to New Zealand.
Really?
So
So
how
you
rural
have
is Taiwan?
How's that?
Yeah, but because my folks are residing in Hong Kong, residing in Taiwan right now, so I
Yeah.
have to keep them company. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sadly, when it comes to the time when all of us are free, usually it means, we are having more separations from our folks. Yeah.
True. Yeah, I was away for a month, but they did well on their own. So yeah, maybe I could travel more.
Yeah. Will you come to Asia?
I actually be in Hong Kong in November, a little bit.
You mean
Yeah.
coming November? That's great.
Yeah, coming
I
November,
will see
say
you.
for about 3 weeks or so. Yeah. End of November, early December.
Oh, that's great. We can meet then.
Yeah. Julia, will you be back?
Well, the plan is for now is yes, I can say for sure, but yeah, very likely.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Jean, you
we
should
can get
come.
together.
You should come over to Hong Kong, then we can have a
Okay,
little
when you
meeting.
two meet up, please WhatsApp me, okay, or messenger me so that I can sort of like have my lunch box with me and we can dine together.
Then we can have a virtual meeting with you.
Yeah, virtual meeting. Yeah, true. Okay, so let's see what other guests do we have. Teresa. Teresa who? Hello, Teresa. Not here. I'm interested in Xiao Xing. Xiao Xing might be a invited friend, and Yong Jie Yong. I thought it was like Eric Yong, but it sounds like a Korean name to me. Hello, Jie Yong, not here. Okay, I thought Prince said he would like to join us. Yeah. He said he felt isolated because I didn't pass the information to him earlier. I said, well, this is a sort of a college student club mini meeting, a very, very small scale thing. Yeah. But I'm so lucky to have invited Julia because after today's talk, I can go and visit the art projects you mentioned in the speech next week when I travel to Hong Kong.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so how good is that? Right, so, finally I see Bill. Hello, Bill. How is your summer vacation so far?
I'm very tired because I'm working on my writing sample. Any IELTS
You're working on what? Sorry.
I have lots of work, and then I'm preparing my IELTS, and also I'm writing the writing sample for my graduate school.
So you have started working already, which is good. Okay, are you using ChatGPT to help you?
No,
You can try. It's very helpful. If you know what
No,
you're doing, you can.
it is not.
It
doesn't
is.
provide any it doesn't provide any constructive evidence.
Oh, really?
It just gives some ideas, and most of the ideas are fake. It's not trustworthy.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I try ChatGPT for my course preparation. I seen like some of the best movies for my drama script reading class, and it provides some very nice movies. Yeah, and one of
Did you
them
make sure that the information it provides is really helpful or really it's okay? But sometimes the information it provides is really problematic.
Yes, well, you always need to sort of cross-examine the facts to get the facts right. Yeah, I agree. Have you tried other AI generators like Copilot?
I'm not going to rely on those applications.
Well, when you are done with your first draft, you can really get some help with revision. Yeah, I think they can do a pretty good job trying to help you revise. And you can ask ask the app to offer a list of the problems or errors in your draft, and then you can learn from there. I think that was
Yeah,
still a
kind
good
of.
idea. Yeah.
But sometimes I think maybe even they will also make some grammatic errors. So it's maybe they don't understand what I want to say in my writing.
All right. But well, this is the future, so you have to get used to having them like around, and the sooner you get you know how to sort of use them to help you with your work, the better. So you become the master of the generators, yeah, instead of being like relying on them, which is of course not good.
Those AI applications are my supporters in my job, but I won't use them on my study because I don't trust them. I don't trust them very much.
Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't. Otherwise, how are you going to seek for the IELTS?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
If they
Okay,
can
so
prevail us, we will be unemployed.
well, since you mentioned us, you can actually throw your composition into ChatGPT and ask for a list of mistakes, and also you can also ask the machine engine to offer advice on rhetorical devices, like if I would like to use personification, what do you suggest? Then we can learn from it. Yeah, you can really learn from the engine. All right, so time's up. All right, welcome back, everyone. Is everyone back? Friends of SciTech? All right, so we are entering the most exciting session into tonight's meeting. Tonight, we are very honored to have Miss Julia Yip, the executive director and founder of Project Artist X. Yeah, I knew Julia for like 3-4 years with a 0, okay? She was, you can't tell, but she was actually from the banking business. And in her personal life, she is also a painter. She can do oil on canvas paintings or sketches. She's a very talented lady. Okay, so tonight we are very lucky to have her share her experience in art projects in Hong Kong. Her workshop title is Promoting Art and Preserving Local Cultures, a Hong Kong Experience. So please join me in, sorry, Julia, would you mind if we record your talk?
Not at
But
all.
we'll
By all
probably
means.
not share. It's okay. All right.
Sure.
So Julia Wang, if you're available, please help us do the recording. Okay, thank you. All right, so please put your hands
This meeting
together
is
and
being
join
recorded.
join me in welcoming Julia Yip.
Thank you, everyone. Good evening to all of you. I just want to make sure you're able to see the screen I'm sharing with all of you now, which says Promoting Art and Preserving Local Cultures, a Hong Kong Experience.
Yes,
if not,
no problem.
Okay, that's great. It's always my nightmare that I'm not able to share my presentation during Zoom meetings. So that's good. Again, good evening to all of you. I feel so honored to be able to have this talk and share with you something really close to my heart, a topic about art and promoting it and preserving local cultures. And special thanks to Jean for inviting me and organizing this. I'm so proud of this Toastmaster Club. Is so organized. I know Jean's put into a lot of hard work, your heart and soul, and I'm sure a lot of sweat as well. But for I guess I have to move on. Time is of essence, I know, for this meeting, and I have a lot to talk about. So here's the game plan for today. If I can, oops, let me see how I do it. Let me see. I need to share the screen. So sorry, it's just not moving right now. Okay. Here's the game plan, the agenda for today. I'll start with a quick introduction. Thanks for Jean's kind word. You have given me a bit of introduction, of the club, and also I'll give a very high-level introduction of myself, and also the Project Artists, which is a social enterprise that I have founded in 2013, and it's also the projects that I'm going to talk about today. That will be this organization be running it. And so the main project we talk about is the Tale of the Fishnet. Will be in the second section of this talk, and in the third section of the assignment. As you know, and I teach at the University of Hong Kong, and I'm often known to my students as a slave driver. And I always make my students work. I always say I am the lecturer, but I shouldn't be doing all the work. And likewise for this talk, there'll be assignment to all of you in this talk, and I will let you know what it is, but it'll be fun. Okay, so let's get going. I'm Julia Ip, as Jean has mentioned. I'm the founder and executive director of Project X, and I also am teaching at University of Hong Kong since 2015. But before my life, my previous life, I was in investment banking, and during that because I travel quite a bit, and during my off time when I'm overseas, there's really not much to do except going to museums, and it's really make me, have a really relaxing time, and that's why and how I got to be involved in a lot of art. I'm also a part-time artist, but I don't have a background in fine art. I have a master in business, majoring in finance, and undergraduate degree in psychology. So really, a lot of the art skills were self-taught. My interest really, like art is my life. I always say if I have nothing else to do, but art, I'll be the happiest person in the world. And also my other interest is, of course, in social entrepreneurship, hiking, traveling. So if you come to me to talk to any of these 4 topics, I can talk to you for a whole day. And lately, I've been so interested in pickleball. I'm so addicted to it. I play 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week. Too much time on it now. Anyway, and about Project Artist. In short, we call it PAX, PAX. We have 3 missions in all the projects that we run, and they are the 3 pillars of everything we do. The first one is to nurture artistic talents. In Hong Kong, I guess it's slightly different from Taiwan. How I've noticed is Taiwanese are much more open to art in their life. I think in Hong Kong, I think it's a bit better now. Previously, it's just people would just not be so interested in art or anything that unless they have some monetary implications. So they won't raise an eyebrow if there's no financial benefit for them. And somehow they don't see art as a lot, they can have a lot of benefits to our community, to our society, and to our lives at large. So we're hoping that we can do a bit on that and let people see the power of art. And being artists is very difficult, especially when they started out. So we encourage a lot of artists not to give up and support them, and also facilitate them to contribute to the good of the society. And also we try to facilitate the development of a caring and inclusive culture through the love of art, and hoping that people can be more accepted, not just to art, but to each other, and see the benefit that they can make use of through art. So there are a number of projects that we have that we're running. These are not all of them in all these spheres that I'm showing you in this slide, but they all have 3 common aspects or elements, if you will, in them. And they are, first, of course, they all have artistic elements in all our projects. Second is they have to have at least one social mission that in it for it to carry out. And the third one is they must contribute to the community one way or another, have positive community impacts. A lot of times staff or even the community will come to us and propose projects, but we, especially myself, have to vet them, make sure they adhere to these requirements, that they must have these 3 elements in them. And we work with a lot of the education, higher education institutions like the University of Hong Kong, University of Science and Technology, which they provide a lot of research to make sure that we are doing something right, but not just creating something that's not beneficial to the community. And we are very, very thankful for that. I'm just going to give a couple of examples before we go into the main ones, a couple of the projects that we're running to let you see how different and unique each one of them are. The first one is Project Marfan. It is a small project, but it's one that's very close to my heart. I got to know a few Marfan patients. Marfan disease is a genetic disorder and it's a very rare disease. So this project is about raising awareness of in Hong Kong for this disease and how that hopefully the society or the community can help these patients, and and also for the government and many medical professionals can put more effort into it. We started off as just a very small exhibition, but really I was very pleasantly surprised with the impact it would create. In the opening, it was just jam-packed with people, and we have some really amazing art for the few artists involved in it, and they all have Marfan syndrome, or they were related to their family members who have this disorder, and they were just amazing artists. And then we managed to create a lot of noises in Hong Kong, and one particularly very moving for me was that there was a medical conference that was happening at that time in Hong Kong, and some overseas delegates came to our exhibition, and a few of them were actually researchers and medical doctors treating Marfan patients. And we were able to liaise with the local Marfan Association and the Marfan patients community with them, so that they could have a more national dialogue and support. And also they managed to get to know their peers and the corresponding Marfan Association worldwide. So that was really something unexpected, but very, very a good outcome that come out from this project. And then another project is called Artists in the Air. It is one of the ongoing flagship projects that we are running. And I really want to mention this because it's actually the precursor of the main project, Tail Fishnet, that I'm going to talk about later on. Artists in the Air, how I got inspiration from it was there was an artist, a photographic artist that I was working with, and we held an exhibition for him. And a little bit about this artist was he came from a very humble family, living in a small village in the north of Hong Kong. But when he was a teenager, I guess it was around 10, 11, her mother got her a second-hand camera and gave it to him. And since then, he had been running around Hong Kong taking pictures. And his style and his pictures are very dreamy, very soft and really nice, and showing unusual images of Hong Kong. And when people came to this exhibition, they were really saying, "Oh, are these really truly places of Hong Kong? I don't believe this. Hong Kong can be so pretty, so beautiful." So then I realized there's so many places in Hong Kong that are not known to people, and people just don't know that Hong Kong has so many pretty and amazing places. So that's just really the backbone of how we got started with Artists in the Air. So this project is mainly to get people to go around Hong Kong to see different, as many different places that they've never been to, and get inspired and use art to express these beautiful sceneries or places that I've seen, and share with their friends or through exhibition to other people. And so in that, we especially wanted to get the different sector in Hong Kong to do this, particularly those who have fewer means than we do to do that. Say, for example, people with disability or in the low income bracket, that's, we want to support, facilitate them to go around Hong Kong. And a small section of this project, I won't say small, but a special particular section of this, is that we started a used camera campaign inspired by the artist I just mentioned. And then it's become very successful. We got quite a lot of camera. I think I got a few from Deborah as well. And we got so many. Some of them are very sophisticated cameras too. And we got all these used digital camera because by that time when we started this project, people were starting to have smartphones. So digital cameras become kind of obsolete, or people just chuck them in a drawer and they don't use them. They just use a smartphone to take photos. So a lot of people were just really glad that we were able to give the cameras a second life. And after we collected these cameras, we gave them to a group of kids from the low-income brackets. A lot of them are new immigrants from China, from family of new immigrants. We've been to Hong Kong, or they were actually born in Hong Kong, but they haven't been to many places in Hong Kong, or probably just their neighborhood because their family just couldn't afford to. So we got the artists to teach them some photographic skills. And then we took these kids all around Hong Kong to country parks, to historic trails, to tourist sites, and just let them take photos like crazy. And then we got like thousands of photos. I think there were about 50 kids that we were working with, and they just took so many photos. We developed most of these photos for them. And then we got artists to teach them to make photomo art project. Photomos are like 3D art installation using the pictures that we developed, and they cut them out and make into little photomos boxes. And then we held a little exhibition for them, and it's like the first ever art exhibition. And through them, it's really great fun. And I have to say, these kids are they're great. They're really cute. I think it's from 6 to 13, but they are a handful. They're just so hyper, but it was a really great fun art project. And so we come to the second part of this talk. Is the main part about this special project called Tale of the Fishnet, about preserving the Hong Kong fisherman culture. So you guess that the social mission of it is preserving the indigenous fisherman culture. We have a nickname for this project internally. We call it Project Jumbo, and I will tell you why we call this later on. And for like I mentioned, the 3 elements we must have in our project. 4 artistic elements. For sure, you will see a lot of them. I just mentioned the social mission, and for the positive community impact, we've identified 3 things we can do. First one, of course, is to raise awareness of the diminishing fisherman culture of these fishermen. The fisherman clan is actually the first indigenous settlers in Hong Kong. They came to Hong Kong, or at least used Hong Kong as a base for the fishing livelihoods for hundreds of years before most of the residents or the ancestors of residents of Hong Kong came to Hong Kong. And so, but then the culture is really diminishing. We want to show the urgency of preserving some of the cultures. And the second one is the cross-generational inclusiveness. This is kind of like a surprise to a lot of people why we're included in it. But we do see that, we don't want this, I won't say burden, but this responsibility of preserving a culture to be just by say Gen Z or particular generation. So we found that this project should be cross-generational. Everybody in the society should have that responsibility and awareness for it. And I think it's great to let different generations, different sector, age groups in our community work together. And it was very effective. There were a lot of synergies and a lot of great artworks coming out of it. And I will show you in a minute of what I meant by that. And also, we want to support the local fisher-related economies. Fishermen's life is really, really hard. And in Hong Kong, the fishing industry is actually dying. So a lot of the ex-fishermen who decided to abandon fishing, and also the next generation, not doing fishing anymore. But we don't want to forget them, and we also still want to help the fisherman community or the fisherman clan community with their livelihood and help their businesses, etc. Right, which we will show you in a minute. So these are the three positive community impacts. And for the actual project, there are 5 aspects and areas that we want to tackle that we feel that as really deserve the most attention and to our ability in preserving and also raising public's awareness of them. The first one is language and music. People would say, is the fisherman clans is it's not actually a unique language, but just a dialect. But whatever you classify them, I do see them as a separate language. It's just so different from, say, for example, Cantonese, my mother tongue is like. And I put language and music together is because a lot of the language or the dialect, if you will, of the fisherman clan are really disappearing. However, we found that from the expert that we've been working on, them can still be preserved in the music that still today, probably through oral, passing on orally from one generation to next generation. And also there was some historic record of them that could help us to get to understand them and also find out best way to preserve them. We've been working with a professor in University of Science and Technology on that. Through his research, there are a lot of we got a lot of help out of it and in what we can do. And in particular, we also get to work with a director, a film documentary director in Hong Kong. And he has made this few actually documentary, and particularly this one that we supported. It's called Ballad on the Shore, and it recorded all these really nice, amazing folk songs from the fisherman clan. And there's a YouTube clip as a teaser of the movie. If you have a time on your own, do take a look at it. And it's pretty amazing and moving about how these songs are passed on generation. And a lot of them is about their livelihood. And it's very, very interesting for it. And the second aspect, to move on, is about food and cuisine. It's definitely one of my favorite topics. The fishermen have very unique kind of cuisine and food that are probably not that well known, but yet they are very tasty for sure. So we really want to get to know them. And we have invited a group of fishermen wives. Definitely, they know about cooking, and all these. The recipe are not written, but passed on from their mother or the grandmothers. And so we want to get to know them, preserve and know about this recipe. So we asked them to do a lot of cooking demonstrations and get our volunteers. We have a group of volunteers, again, from different age groups. There were a group of retirees, 40-somethings, housewives who are also interested in cooking, and young kids, primary and secondary school kids, to be the taster and critique of it. But they were just not there to have the food and try the food. They have to interview these fishermen wives, and they get to write out and record the recipe and interview these fishermen wives. And then from that, we did a recipe book. I think you can see this. I found that I have. This is my only copy I have now. I think I might have a couple more in Hong Kong, but that's it. There was not for sold, but we distributed them quite a bit for some time. And then there are lots of different recipes that was included in it. And then we interviewed, I included some of the interviews with the fishermen wives. And we found some very interesting facts. Is that not all the food you would imagine? There's a lot of seafood, yes, to a certain extent, of fish. But actually, from them, they said the fishermen sometimes they're quite sick of fish because they deal with fish and seafood, day in, day out. So some of the food are actually, and a lot of preserved meat preserved vegetables, because the fishermen wives have to make these preserved the food, like, or even stews that will last for a long time for the husbands when they go out to sea, and so they can have, keep the food for a longer time, usually, because when they go out fishing, it can take like a month, or even months when they are out fishing, so they can still have a taste of home. So that's all in this recipe book that we have created. And related to food and cuisine, I want one more thing, and it's this fish powder. And it's very uniquely, it's a staple in most of the fisherman cuisine. And it is actually a fish stock, and they put it in most of their cuisine. And I think we use it in some soup or noodles, something like that too. And I got to learn from the fishermen wives how to make them from scratch. And it's actually made from flounder fish. And they broil them. They use charcoal to grill them. And then they use a blinder to make them into powder mixed with salt, some spices, and also garlic. And usually they will make them at the beginning or towards the end of the year, or Chinese New Year, and then they will sell it just before Chinese New Year at local markets. And inspired by this, we had the exhibitions about fisherman food once, and then we used this concept of the fish powder. We got about 500. We have a lot of volunteers, about 500 primary school students, to try out the fish powder and get to know about them, how to make them. And then from the inspiration, we asked them, each one of them, to draw a picture in A3 paper, I believe. It's supposed to be a label for these bottles. And then we get them to, gave them to us. So we have about 500 unique labels for the bottles. And we get our staff to string them and printed all these 500 labels onto stickers and stick them to these plastic fish powder, empties, a fish powder bottle. And an artist used this to make an installation out of it. And then after the exhibition, so this is to introduce the fish powder in our exhibition. After the exhibition, we actually sterilized the bottles and gave them back to the fishermen wives for them to put fish powder in it and sell them in the local market. And so there were actually 500 very unique fish powder, limited edition, really. I regretted so much I didn't manage to buy one of them as for keepsake. But then, whoever these just really lucky people. Oops, let me move the slide. Okay. The next aspect I want to talk about is the skills and crafts. This is something ongoingly we try to explore too, and then a lot of the skills workshop and research that we're doing. One of them I want to mention especially is the fishnet knitting skills for the fishermen. This is definitely one of the very important skills, but definitely dying because I think machine can do it, but then the way it was handmade by the fishermen that I actually learned in this workshop was just so amazing. It actually, the fishnet they made could withstand tons of weight, and it was just truly amazing. I managed to learn a bit, but of course the one I made was not very good. And really, truly very proud. We run quite a few workshops in this for the public, and also especially for artists. And some of the artists I know have incorporated the skills they learned from our workshops into their artwork. So hopefully we can get more of these such workshops for the artists and the public as well, to let people know about it. And it's just truly amazing skills. And some other aspects in terms of fishermen skills and craft that we were working with, it's carpentry, because they would have to work on repairing their ships, their fishing boats, and some of the skills are also truly quite amazing. And some of the artists have shown interest in working with the fishermen, collaborating and creating artworks of it. And it is something that I feel very proud of it. Hopefully there'll be some great artwork coming out from this. The fourth aspect is the livelihood of the fishermen, because a lot of these we don't know about the fisherman's life. It's actually very, very tough. Even though there are not that many fishermen still, working as fishermen in Hong Kong now, but we feel very strongly that we should get to understand their lives and hear about their history, their legacy, etc. So we get to invite artists to get to know fishermen, and in particular in this occasion, we get a photographic artist to meet with the fishermen community in Aberdeen, and this artists have taken some pretty amazing photos of fishermen, and we held an exhibition for him, and almost like each one of the photos was chosen have a story behind them, and those stories are sometimes quite really amazing and very humbling when we hear about all these stories about the hard lives of the fishermen. And also we made postcards out of these photographic artwork from these artists. I think these few are all made into postcards and was distributed to the attendees of the exhibition, and encourage them to send to their friends to, in a way, get more people to know about the fishermen's lives, and even though they have not attended the exhibition. So this is a good way of spreading, the messages that we're keen to let everybody know. And also, this is also a really great activity. We get to have a group of, about 8 indie music rock bands in Hong Kong, and we get the band members to spend a night with the fishermen out at sea fishing. And then after that night of experience, we get them to write songs. We ask them to write songs based on the experience. And then we held a concert, an indie band concert of these 8 music bands. Some of them are folk music bands, and some of them are punk rock bands. And really, the members are like macho, strong guys, really tough looking. And they went to this night where the fishermen, I remember I was supposed to go out with them as well, but for some reason I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't, because excuse me, that night the water was really choppy. I think there was a storm coming. So most of the these rock band musicians there were all seasick and throwing up. I saw videos of them all throwing up, and then these macho punk rock musicians were just on the floor, and they all felt so bad. So some of the music that they eventually made was pretty traumatic, I would say, and grotesque, but nonetheless it's the real experience that they have. So that was the funny aspect of it, but it was a really great concert, and it was fun, and the music stayed with them. I still see some of them still performing some of the music they created then. So it was really a great way for them to experience it and passing on to people about what they experienced with the fishermen. And like I mentioned, the livelihood of fishermen are not just about fishing now, especially some of them have given up fishing and move on to something else, but a lot of them are still related to their ancestry's activities to a certain extent. For example, there's sampan tours in Aberdeen Harbour. Some will be selling dry food. Some are running a seafood restaurant or fishing chores. So we want to help them to, the businesses, like I said, we want to try to facilitate and support the fisher-related business. So we get, again, our volunteers, right, again, from different age groups to go and visit And actually, I call them our special investigators to hunt down all these special businesses around Hong Kong, in particular in Aberdeen, where the Aberdeen Harbour in Hong Kong has the largest fishermen community there. And in and around Aberdeen, we found quite a few of them. And we get the volunteers to interview them. And based on their experience, when they went on the sampan tour, we get them to do some art as well. And after we collected what they have found and interviewed, and we made a directory of these businesses, and also in this book that I show you. So this is not just a recipe book, but also a directory of some local fishermen related business that you can find in this. And we also made a map at that time of mapping the different businesses. And part of the map, we asked an artist to do a really nice ones and blow it up to floor to ceiling height and show it in one of our exhibitions. And some of these business owners actually came to we invited them, and they came to our exhibition and saw the map, and they say, "Oh, this is where we are." And that's really, really cute. Now moving on to the fifth and the last part of our area of our project, and this is actually one of the most difficult part as well, but the most important is the legacy of the memories of the fishermen, how we can preserve them. And we found that we are not capable to do it very systematically, but we will be trying our best for it. Say, for example, we will talk to the next generations of the fisherman clan, even though they are not fishermen anymore. Like this one is an artist, but her father was not a fisherman either. But they will hear stories of her father. Remember when he was very young and still living on a boat, and from her grandparents, of course. And so, in her exhibition was really exploring different aspects of her family legacy and their lives. And something very interesting is fishermen actually, about some of their emotions or inner feelings, and they actually feel more at ease or most at ease, most secure when they were out at sea drifting or on a boat. Whereas when they go on land, they don't feel secure, and they always is not feel very comfortable with it. This is something, of course, very different from us. And there's definitely very interesting emotions and memories that we want to capture. And ongoingly, we're working with artists, writers, who have helped us to write about, interviews they've done with fishermen or the next gen from the fisherman clans about some of their memories. And this is also, we feel, very important, and ongoingly we want to preserve, and hopefully that more people be aware of it through the arts that we created. So one final thing is why we call this internally, you see the Project Jumbo is our nickname internally for the Tale of the Fishnet. The name of the project is because some of you may know the Jumbo restaurant, a seafood floating restaurant, it's kind of very much for an icon of Hong Kong, a very top tourist destination, and it's right in the Aberdeen Harbour. But unfortunately, when we started the project, Jumbo was still there in Aberdeen, and we felt that because it's such an icon that we internally would call our project Jumbo. But a few years ago, Jumbo was closed down, and the owner sold it to I think some casinos in the Philippines. So Jumbo, as it was traveling from Hong Kong to the Philippines, unfortunately it sank. So a very, very sad story. And all the more that remember that how urgent and imperative we have to do more to preserve all these very important legacy of the diminishing indigenous fishermen culture in Hong Kong. So there you have it. I don't know how much time I have, but I just want to quickly move to the third section. It's the assignment that I hope you will all do. After my talk, as I really hope that, from my experience in Hong Kong, unfortunately, we cannot do it anywhere else due to the limited resources. But maybe you get inspiration to do something in Taiwan as well. So this is my assignment to you all. And there are two parts of it, and I'm posing two challenges to you. The first challenge I'm posing to you is a 7-day challenge. I hope that you can start tomorrow for 7 days. And what I would like you to do is to spot one artistic or cultural element as you go out for your day, going to work or going to school. Spot one cultural or artistic element in your surrounding that's you view as unique to Taiwan, and do it for 7 days. And just one element is enough. For, of course, good if you have more, but so to do it for 7 days. Okay, so this is the first challenge to see what you can come up with, and do record it with photos or a little short text. Write it down so you remember exactly what it is. And I did of the 7 day. This is the second part of the challenge. It's a 1-year challenge. I would like you to choose one of the 7 elements that you've collected that you feel most strongly about preserving. And you think that you also have the capability of preserving them. And design and work on a preservation project for it for 1 year. And after 1 year, I want to, to Gina, 1 year, please invite me back after 1 year. And for your Toastmaster event, and I won't be talking, at least for most of the part. I hope that a few of you would be able to share what you have done with this assignment that I've given you, and see what you have come up with, what artistic or cultural element that you feel is so uniquely Taiwan, and then what you have done to preserve it. It doesn't have to be something very grand. To give you a few examples, maybe it's just some street art you see, in your neighborhood that you feel is very unique to Taiwan. And it could also be some font, character fonts that you see in restaurant menu that you think that that's also some really cool and neat ones. And then you can work on preserving it. We do have something like that in Hong Kong too. It could be just something related to your daily lives. Maybe normally you won't notice that it's unique to Taiwan and worth preserving. But then if you put your mind in it, it might work. Just to give you an example, when I used to go to Taiwan a lot for my business trip, and especially in the morning when I take a taxi, I noticed the taxi driver in Taiwan, they would greet each other with very auspicious and really nice spirit-lifting terms like "have a good day," have a good drive, be at peace with yourself for the good weather and all that. And this is just so nice and so unique. You may not notice it's very unique to Taiwan. And even as a passenger, I feel really good about it. In Hong Kong, we don't get that. Taxi drivers will just swear each other. The taxi driver, when they talk, they just lays, the conversation just lays with profanity. And that's unique to Hong Kong too. But then so things like that, just start thinking about, put your mind to it. Sure, you will notice a lot about it. So hopefully we can meet again in 1 year and see what we come up with. So final word, just, I hope that you will enjoy life, enjoy art as part of your life, make it the air that you breathe. And I think your life will be a lot fuller from that. So that's all for me. So I hope you enjoyed my talk.
Oh, that's a wonderful talk. Thank you so much, Julia, for sharing so many aspects of art in the attempts to preserve culture, and so much efforts you guys have dumped into projects like this. When you talk about language, one thing resonate with me very strongly is that in Taiwan we also have the disappearance of language from different tribes of Aboriginal tribes, and we know very well that with the passing away of a generation of elders, usually there's a loss of a huge chunk of dialects. Well, but that's like natural force to us. But if we can do something, make recordings, at least people will appreciate, will be able to appreciate the fact that in the past, this was part of their ancestors' life. Okay, so well, challenge accepted. Although many of us are multitasking, we pick up different roles everywhere, but I'm sure we can do something to try to preserve our own culture. So thank you for
Sure.
that warning sign, that wake up call. Okay, so thank you very much, Julia Yip. And so I would like to present on behalf of NKU Toastmasters.
The recording
Sorry.
has stopped.
A certificate of appreciation.
Thank you.
Sorry, Julia Wang, I forgot to download it. Do you still have the file?
Yes,
Sorry,
it's just
my bad.
last year.
Okay. You know, Julia Wang is my travel mate, very, very good friend of
Oh,
mine
right.
in
That's
Taiwan.
great.
Yeah. Okay, so we have
Thank you.
thank you so much for, I can see how much effort you have made, not only on the project, but also in the sharing. So thank you very much. So on behalf of NKN Toastmasters Club, I would like to present this virtual certificate of
Thanks so much.
appreciation to you. Okay.
That's great.
So
Thank you
would
so
you
much.
log into the webcam so we can take a photo together?
Oh,
Okay. All right, is it done?
okay.
Okay, lovely.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much. So
Thank you.
we'll move forward to the last session, sorry, next session. Please stay tuned. Our next session is the table topic session. Our table topic master today is Diana Zhang. And Diana is also going to be a senior student at NKNU. And she, to me, is an extremely diligent student and pay attention to details, to whatever responsibility she had promised. So very good student, and currently the vice president of education. So she made the agenda and all the arrangements of the meeting. Now, please join me in welcoming Diana Zheng to other screen.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay, right. Fellow Toastmasters and guest Toastmasters, I'm the table topic master today, and this part is aims to make everyone to practice impromptu speech. And before I'm going to introduce my some of my thoughts about the workshop and this section, what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite the timer to explain the timing rules.
Tabletop speeches are 1 to 2 minutes. The green card is raised at 1 minute. The yellow card is raised at 1.5 minutes. And the red card is raised at 2 minutes. Each speaker has a 30-second allowance.
Okay, thank you, timer. And after we have the wonderful workshop, and also today's table topic is about art. So I think that maybe everyone prepared the pictures about some public arts or exhibition. I don't know. So it's such a pity that I have only some pictures about some art exhibition or the public art of Doraemon. So I don't have any pictures for Taiwanese local culture. So today I'm going to have someone to share local arts or some pictures for everyone. Any volunteers? No? Let's see. Hi, Danny. Do you have any pictures of any art exhibition or local arts? Hi, Danny.
I don't think it's really art, but I think it's beautiful and I can share that. So I need to share my screen or
You can just share your screen or just show the picture like on your phone like this.
okay. Actually, I show it on my computer, so I use.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. What's that? Oh, didn't. Uh, I don't know how to operate this, so maybe I use my cell phone.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Do you? Oh, hi, this. Oh, why my camera is okay? Can you uh see that? Oh,
If you hold it
uh,
close to your face, it should be okay.
Wow.
You can turn off your
Why?
background.
My background? Okay. Oh, uh, oh wow. Oh, it's okay. You see my room. It's actually it's not a art, but I think it's very beautiful. It's just like an art, yeah. It's Kaohsiung Public Library in 鼓山, yeah, 高雄图书馆总馆. I go to the library to borrow some book, and I when I walk into a library, I think it's very big, and it's it's much bigger than the public in Jiayi. And some of in the library it divided into many areas and many categories, and I like it because not only its appearance, also the indoor capacity, the space. I remember that there are a lot of chairs just beside the big window, and you can see the outside, and just it's a very beautiful thing, and it's very comfortable in the library. So I think that it's just uh, an art of architecture, and I think yes, this inside the library. I think it's very beautiful, and it is actually a kind of design. I think so. Although it's not actually an art, but I think it's worth sharing. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Okay, so thank you, Danny. I think art can be in many forms. It can be pictures or paintings or even architecture, because maybe everyone heard about 住吉的长屋 in Japan. I think that's also a form of art too. So I'm going to find the second volunteer. Kirby. Okay, Kirby.
Maybe I'll have to put down my background. Background. None? Okay. Okay, if you can see this one. Does anyone know Zhang Yusen?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is Zhang Yusen's special exhibition about
Oh,
his life, his career, and his death. And this is the first thing we see in the exhibition. An astronaut in space. Because of one of his album is called, I remember is song. One of his songs is called 想你到月球. His iconic song. And then I remember I went to this exhibition in 2023 January, which sadly it ends at February 28th. And first we can see the items used by Zhang Yushen and some old pictures of him. Then we can see his high school life and his friends. And even one of his certificate of honor, this one. And on the wall is a timeline of his progressions through music and life. And these are some newspapers about him. And some of his music scripts. Wow, it is not clear. Some of his music scripts, original scripts, very special. And these are his albums and music and some of his unreleased works. And we can also see some of his special scripts and his 金钟奖. And a place we lied on to see the starlight sky on the bed, and we can hear the 翻唱 converted music by modern singers. And that's the end. This is the photo. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Kirby. I'm glad that you still remember or maybe the first exhibition we visit together in Nangang. Okay, so for the exhibition of Zhang Yushen, I think that is just like a time machine, because as a modern people, I'm not really familiar with Zhang Yushen, but I think that his music and his songs are really inspiring. So I think that this exhibition maybe is the best exhibition that I have ever visited. Okay, so I'm going to find a guest. Any volunteer?
I think Jean volunteered this week.
Yeah, I would like to share a previous exhibition I've been to.
Okay.
Okay, so I was in quite a hurry, but this was from my Facebook page. Okay, in the album, in Jimmy. This is actually just a tiny little exhibition held in Xinguang Sanyue in a department store. But it was very sophisticated in the sense that it was trying to create Taiwanese artist Jimmy Liu's painting and make it into 3D scenery. So usually we have a real life scenery and we try to paint it into visual arts. But this time it was the other way around. We had the paintings first, and then people try to make them into artworks. Okay, so this was the exhibition I visited like 13 years ago. Okay, and we can see the characters inside Jimmy's paintings or his picture books coming into a real life, not exactly real life, but making into statues. Okay, so these are tiny little like miniature decorations and installations inside the exhibition. So this is his story about, this is actually one of his earliest work, which was drawn in black and white, black lines. Okay, one of his first books. And in the exhibition, it was made into a colorful world. All right, so I had a great time. I like taking photographs a lot. So every time I go to an exhibition, I would just stop and think, how can I make an amazing picture out of it? So this is what I did. Okay. Right. This is actually real people visiting the exhibition. And I sort of, I was away from them and with the installations right between us. So I think maybe you will make a good picture with a little bit of story to tell. Yeah, so I capture the moment. This is one of my best friends as well, Cherry. Okay. All right, and it is funny how people take pictures of artwork, and we were sort of behind them to take pictures of them. Okay, 螳螂捕蝉吗？黄雀在后。Right, so this was one exhibition I visited. Well, my message is whenever you had opportunity to go to any place with an exhibition, by all means go and try to visit. Okay, it's always inspiring. You can find elements that will inspire us or tell stories or speak to us, so that we can have sometimes we might even have life lessons from exhibits. Recently I shared some information with you in Taipei, okay, because I'm planning to go to Taipei hopefully the end of August. There's an exhibition in Danshui by Qi Bolin, and there is Qingming Sanghe Tu, and there's 100 years of Impressionism, and we have Da Vinci at Songsan Wenchuang. We have Bologna illustration. I really want to visit that Bologna because it's a large scale illustration exhibition, and it's ongoing only until September 22nd. And also we have at Qimei Museum of Fine Arts a lot of artwork from British National Gallery, and Qimei. The entrance fee is very, very reasonable. Like I'm not sure, maybe 150 or 200 Taiwan NT dollars. So it's very, it's going to be reasonable, affordable, and maybe we can also have student price. And there's another Rodin exhibition in Taipei, Fubang as well. Okay, so if you're interested, I can also offer forward the information for you. Okay, I return the screen back to the tabletop master.
Okay, thank you, Jean, and your recommendation of any fine arts exhibitions recently. Hopefully, I can visit those exhibitions one day because recently I'm too busy. So I don't know, maybe I should prepare all of the exam and the linguistics courses, then I can enjoy the art exhibition. And so any guests wants to share your opinions? Maybe
can I share an exhibition? This is Julia.
Okay.
I just want to mention is artist to get. It's actually her name is Cordelia Tan. She's one of my partners in Project Artisix. Been working on many of the projects for organization. A few years ago, she was invited together with her partner Matthew Zhang. So these two artist duo was invited to a artist in residence project in Taiwan, and this very special project because they invited artists from all over the world. But before they arrive in Taiwan, they don't know what they were asked to do. They would be sent to a location all over in Taiwan, and they won't know beforehand. And they will be doing artwork during, I think, 2 months long residency there, and then create what they can make out of from that residency. So they were sent to a village in, I think, somewhere in Taichung, a very famous rice farmer village in Taichung. And then they were given nothing, no materials, no workshop, and they were just there looking for inspiration and hopefully do some art. And it was a small village, but they got really good help from the villagers, from the mayors, and let them work inside abandoned primary school as their studio, and then provided it with a lot of research material about farming and all that. And they made exhibition out of that. And then towards the end of the residency, they will have to show their work together with all the artists for the residency all over Taiwan, and there was a competition to pick the best artists from that activity, and they won the grand prize. And they were just, for them, at the award ceremony, and they just say it was not possible without the help of all the villagers, and they really took the time and beyond their means to help them. And it was just so amazing because the villagers, despite their busy life growing rice and the rice paddy, they were helping them a lot. And they become sort of like the VIP, or the special resident of the village. And year after year, they go back to them and they look for inspiration for their artworks. And I think I just want to share the screen with you, if I can, of they were, this was not actually from their, let me see if I can find it, that particular residency, but year afterward, they were invited back to Taichung's museum for another exhibition, which they actually spent a long time in the village and got inspiration, what the exhibition is about, the land, the earth, and about the villagers' life. And they were always very grateful. And then to this day, they still go back. Every year they travel from Hong Kong to their village to look for more inspiration. And of course, visit the friends in that village. And I think you can see it's a lot to do with the land, the natural resources, or the wild animals that they see in the field. And I don't think the exhibition is still on, but some of the artworks have become the permanent collection of the museum in Taichung. So if you have time to go there, you can see some of the artworks, I guess.
Now, please forward the message so that I can pass it to our members and friends.
Yeah, I always wanted to go, so maybe hopefully next year I'll be able to go and see the exhibitions, the artworks in the museum.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks for
Thank you.
Julia's sharing. I think your recommendation and the explanation of those art exhibitions are all inspiring, but it's such a pity that I should wrap it up of this section because of the time control and the time limitation. So I hope that in this in this summer vacation, and everyone can go to any art exhibitions with your family or your friends to enjoy the power and the inspiring experience of art. Okay, so it's the end of this table topic session. Thank you.
Thank you much, Diana. We have a very tight schedule, but still, thanks to all speakers who devoted ideas and sharings with us. Our final session will be the evaluation session. Our general evaluator tonight is Ben Tai. Ben is also going to be a sophomore, a senior student, and he, at the beginning of the meeting, he just shared with us that he has been practicing 格斗 during the summer vacation. Such a skinny body, so we look forward to some demonstration from you maybe. Okay, now please join me in welcoming Ben Tai to the screen.
Okay. Good evening, President, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. This is the evaluation portion of our meeting. First, we will have a quiz session that we are going to hear the speech evaluators give evaluations of today's manual speeches. After that, we will have and I will give my general evaluation of the overall meeting. The purpose of this session is to give motivating and supportive feedback to our manual speakers. Our speakers tonight will know what they have done well and will receive valuable suggestions and how to improve further for the next speech. Before we started, I would like to invite our timer, Leo Lee, to explain the timing rules.
The evaluation speech is 2 to 3 minutes. The green card is raised at 2 minutes. The yellow card is raised at 2.5 minutes. And the red card is raised at 3 minutes. Each speaker has a 30-second allowance.
Our first evaluator is Shirley Zhang. And Shirley Zhang will be evaluating Kirby Liu's speech. Please help me welcome Shirley.
Kirby, congratulations, you almost complete your level 1 speech. You do it very quickly. You just joined Toastmaster 1 year and you almost complete level 1. It's great. And today it's an online meeting, but you still have a lot of eye contact and hand gestures. That's great. And you also improve a lot in the fluency of your speech because you post a lot and you forget a lot of your script in your last speech. But this time it's better. But there are some suggestions I would like to give you. First, I suggest you don't give too much information in one speech. For example, you talk about music comforts you when you have pressure, and you also talk about you pursue high quality headphone, and you talk about life is hard, but real world worth more than music. And you also talk about you learn a lot from purchasing headphone. And you also talk about pursuing excellence from the start. It's too much information, and it will be hard for the audience to catch your main idea. So according to your topic is sonic serenity, high fidelity, resilience. I think it's I suggest you can more focus on high quality music, bring you inner peace, like that. You can more focus on your high quality music, what benefits you. And in your last speech, Jim suggests you to focus on your tone, but in this speech, I still can see can't see it, but it's a little difficult, I know. But you can just from just one or two, like when you talk about a lot of stress, and you can lower or down your voice. And when you talk about you collect high quality headphone or 15 headphone, and you can higher your voice. And today another suggestion is about the speed. That your speech speed is too fast, so your speech time is less than 5 minutes. So our conclusion. Also, I suggest you to give your speech a conclusion, and that can be the echo of your first part. So my conclusion is just give one main point in your speech and mind your tone and speed. Look forward to your next speech. Back to General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Shirley. And our second evaluator is Bill Huang. And Bill Huang will be evaluating Danny Shi's speech. So now let's welcome Bill.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, congratulations, Danny. You complete your level 1. And in comparison with your last speech in club, this time you spoke fluently and then you spoke with confidence. So instead of trembling on the stage right now, I can see that you can speak with your confidence and with faith and with clear script in your brain. But right now, with respect, I would like to give you some suggestions that you can make your speech delivered better. So first of all, you can try to apply more and add more hand gestures in your speech. Maybe you want to say something with confidence, do this. Okay. And then today I saw that you were trying to put some hand gestures in your speech, but however, you have to make sure that we could see your hand gestures. So keep a distance with the camera. Maybe you next time you should sit further. Keep a distance, and then we can see your hand gesture, or you can make your hand gestures higher so that we can see it. And then next suggestion is the word uses. You said 盘价服务对. This is Mandarin. But actually, you cannot be certain that all your spectators' native language is Mandarin. So once you set an activity, you talked about an activity in Mandarin, you have to explain it in English. And then the last suggestion is that you can try to put some emotions when you are speaking. Today you spoke fluently, and then you memorized all your script very well. But it sounds a little bit robotic. So if you could put some feeling, maybe for example, when you talk about the sad information, for example, if one day we will say goodbye to people we met, then why do we know new people? You can use vocal variety to maybe make your speech more colorful. And then when you talk about the happy information, for example, I could enjoy my 3-month summer vacation. Or when you talk about the warm information, you can say you can speak with confidence and speak with courage. For example, people you met will be your lighthouse. And after you apply these suggestions in your speech next time, I believe people will think your speech will be engrossing. Back to GE.
Okay, thank you, Bill. And before we enter into the time report, counter, and my general evaluation session, I would like to ask you guys to do me a favor. So please vote for our manual speech and evaluation session for tonight, because in case of we end our activities too late, So if you come so guys, please see please check the Julia Wang's message in the chatting room on the Zoom. So all of us can vote for a manual speech session and evaluation for tonight.
While we are waiting for the results, maybe the president can invite the guest to say something about their experience here.
Oh, okay. So I thought that Ben was talking, so I'm not going to interrupt. Okay, so now let's invite some guests or some members who haven't spoke much today. Maybe how about Leo? Leo, do you want to say something? Is Leo here? No. Okay, no, he's not here. Maybe let's invite Teresa. Is Teresa here? Okay. How about Lily Lala iPhone? Are you here, Lily Lala?
Yes, I
No.
am. Hello.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure how good I look, but I'm gonna turn on the video.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, this is a surprise. I didn't expect to be called. Let me introduce myself first. Hi, Jean. Thank you for inviting me. Hi, Julia. I'm actually a classmate of Jean and Julia. I'm just a guest. I have been a student of Julia's art class, and we were primary school classmates. So that's how long it was. So thank you for the invitation. My career has been in marketing in Hong Kong. I've been in retail and hospitality industry, hotels in particular. I'm very honored to be here today. I only follow the last part of the presentation. Hold on. So as such, I have seen some of the presentation on the art photos that you guys have. And I'm very impressed that as university students that Taiwan now has such a very, very good organized Toastmaster practice and the eager participations of the students. So two things in order to from my marketing presentations experience. Number one, when you're trying to prepare something, try to remember it. Number two, try to practice so you don't have the error as few as possible. When you run out of things to say, or maybe your brain is thinking about things in Mandarin and you're trying to have a mental translation into English, which is not your first language, try to just smile and pause instead of or trying to fill the air with some kind of repetitive mumbling. That will make your speech a lot more confident. It will be a lot easier for the audience to understand. Thirdly, prepare your visual aids. Visual aids are very important. If the topic tonight is about art, then save it onto the device that you may share, you may be called upon. Try not to use your phone because we are not professional KOLs or influencers who could just show, the makeup artists or the makeup influencers, they show you the things with their hand and then they try to show the brand and then they put it on the face. We're not professional KOLs. We are students here trying to share things. Therefore, in order to respect the audience, since you were asked to prepare photos, save it onto your device so you can share it using the share screen mode. Because otherwise, if people can't see what you are sharing, then they wouldn't be able to fully really appreciate what you're going to share. Just a few things. Sorry, Sheen. Back to you.
Hi, Amy. Nice to see you.
班门弄斧了. I'm gonna look at. I was cooking actually. I didn't expect to talk, but very honored to be here with everybody.
Great.
Okay, shall we before? Oh, Amy's gone. Shall we have a group photo before you're gone?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so please all turn on your video cam so we can have a group virtual photo together. Okay, Leo. Calling out to Leo. Okay, so everybody, eye contact, look right into your video cam and in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, thank you so much. All right, return the stage back to general evaluator.
Okay, so now I will invite the timer to give the time report.
Hi. I gave the time report for Leo because he has something to do now. Yeah, so manual speech session, Kirby Liu, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Danny Xu, 5 minutes and 55 seconds. Table topic session, Danny Xu, 1 minute and 52 seconds. Kirby Liu, 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Jing Zhou, 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Julia Ip, 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And evaluation session, Shirley Zhang, 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Bill Huang, 2 minutes and 58 seconds. Okay, back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Danny. And now I will invite our accounter to give the accounter report.
Okay, so Kirby 1, Danny 1, and for the table topic session, 0. And for the evaluation session, Ben 2, Shirley 2, Bill 0. Back to general evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Tiana. And now I would like to give my general evaluation about the meeting tonight. I have something to say about the process of the meeting tonight. Okay, so I observed that there are a member from another Toastmaster club want to join our workshop for tonight workshop, and I think it's positive that there are more people that will be willing to enjoy our workshop. So the speaker can feel that she is respected. But however, there's one thing I want to mention. Did she notice Jean Kirby or President Tiana said that she will enter in our meeting room at the intermission? Did she?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, so if not, and I think that we should avoid this situation next time, because I'm afraid that if a speaker is going to start, if a speaker we invite is going to start her presentation in 1 minute or in 2 minutes, and there are other members from other classes just enter our meeting room suddenly and just say, "Hey, can I join your workshop?" Because or table topic master is absent tonight. And I also think that reason is not, that doesn't make sense, because if their table topic master absent, they should enter into the next session. It's not, that shouldn't be the reason that they want to join our workshop, because I think they didn't show the respect for the speaker, because speaker
I think that's okay because they did it during intermission.
yeah,
They did it during intermission, so I think that's okay.
but I'm just afraid if next time they enter our meeting room before 1 minute or 2 minutes, so
that should be okay, and they are not here anymore. Yeah.
And that is all of my general evaluation for tonight meeting. And back to Toastmaster.
Okay, my final duty is to present the awards, but I'm not sure if they are ready.
President.
Yes, here.
Okay, so I will hand the session back to our president, Tiana.
Okay, so now it's the award session. First, for the best. Oh, I'm going to share the screen. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Don't look. Where to, wait a minute. Wait, how to?
Lower right corner.
Okay. For the best table topic speaker award, the award goes to Julia.
Is Julia still here?
Is Julia still here? Julia. No.
I think she got to run. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
We're late.
Okay, so should we take
We'll still take a photo.
Take
Yeah.
a photo first.
Okay.